Have you ever been so confident you were doing the right thing only to discover you were completely, dangerously wrong? For years, my morning ritual was the same, a comforting and seemingly unshakable pillar of my daily health regimen: 2 boiled eggs every single day. I viewed them not just as food, but as little golden orbs of nutritional perfection, the gold standard of protein that decades of conventional wisdom and dietary guidelines had meticulously drilled into the public consciousness. I would sit at my kitchen table, tapping the smooth, warm shells, feeling a quiet sense of smug satisfaction, absolutely certain that with each bite I was fortifying my body, building a resilient fortress of muscle against the inevitable, creeping decline of aging. This deeply ingrained belief, this comforting illusion of proactive health, was not just challenged, but utterly shattered in the cold, sterile quiet of a doctor's office during what I had assumed would be a completely routine annual checkup. The experience was a stark and humbling education, a moment that cleaved my understanding of nutrition into a before and an after. The sense of security I had built around my simple breakfast was about to be exposed as a dangerously fragile house of cards, revealing a chasm in my knowledge so profound it would permanently alter the way I perceive the food on my plate and the very act of nourishing my body for longevity and strength. When my doctor finally looked up from my chart, the casual and friendly demeanor he usually wore had been replaced by an expression of deep, thoughtful seriousness. His gaze was direct, and the silence in the room seemed to stretch, amplifying the gravity of his unspoken concern. "Are you sure?" he asked, his voice measured and even, devoid of any alarm but laced with a clinical precision that demanded a truthful answer. "That you're getting enough protein to adequately maintain your muscle mass?" I let out a short, almost dismissive chuckle, the sound feeling hollow and out of place in the tense atmosphere. The question seemed absurd, almost insulting to my diligent efforts. "Of course," I replied, my voice brimming with the unearned confidence of the misinformed. "I eat eggs every day. 2 of them. It's the cornerstone of my diet." He didn't argue or counter with a lecture. He simply shook his head, a small, slow, deliberate gesture that carried no judgment, yet it landed with the devastating weight of a ton of bricks, demolishing the entire foundation of my nutritional philosophy in a single, silent motion. That was the day I was forced to confront a truth so shocking, so contrary to everything I thought I knew, that it fundamentally rewired my entire relationship with food. It turns out that eggs, the supposed undisputed king of the protein world, offer a respectable but surprisingly modest amount of this crucial nutrient. But the truly terrifying part of this revelation wasn't about what eggs lacked. It was about the vast, powerful world of nutrition that I and millions of others my age were completely missing. There are powerhouse foods hiding in plain sight in the familiar aisles of our grocery stores that contain 4, even 5 times the muscle-building, strength-sustaining protein of eggs. And the scariest part, the most chilling aspect of this entire discovery, almost no one over the age of 60 even knows they exist. This is not some trivial dietary factoid to be shared at a dinner party. It is the silent, invisible architecture of a widespread epidemic. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, ACE, chronic and collective low-protein intake, is causing an entire generation's precious muscle mass to vanish, a condition known as sarcopenia, leading to slower steps, weaker legs, a diminished capacity for daily activities, and a terrifyingly higher risk of falls and life-altering fractures. This is a secret you simply cannot afford to ignore any longer. That's why today we are pulling back the curtain on the 10 foods that deliver more protein than you ever thought possible, ranked from a surprising and creamy contender all the way to a food so potent, so revolutionary, that scientists are now actively studying it to help stroke survivors literally rebuild their bodies from the cellular level up. Greek yogurt, the creamy powerhouse. You've likely seen Greek yogurt lining the refrigerated walls of the dairy aisle, a familiar and ubiquitous tub that you might grab on autopilot, perhaps as a base for granola or a healthier substitute for sour cream. It has become a staple in modern kitchens, celebrated for its texture and versatility. But what most older adults tragically fail to realize is that hidden within the plain, non-fat, strained version of this dairy product lies an incredibly potent and accessible tool for supporting, maintaining, and even rebuilding your strength as you age. With an impressive and easily digestible 10.3 grams of high-quality protein per 100-gram serving, it significantly surpasses the protein content of a standard large boiled egg, which typically hovers around 6 grams. This means that a single average-sized serving of Greek yogurt can provide nearly double the muscle-fueling protein, all while containing virtually no fat and significantly less sugar and lactose than its conventional counterparts. The secret to its nutritional potency is not in any exotic ingredient, but all in the meticulous, time-honored preparation method. Unlike regular yogurt, which is a simpler fermented milk product, authentic Greek yogurt is strained not just once or twice, but a total of 3 times. This intensive straining process carefully and methodically removes most of the liquid whey, the watery component of milk that contains the majority of the lactose, milk sugar, leaving behind a luxuriously thick, exceptionally dense, and wonderfully creamy yogurt that is not only exceptionally rich in high-quality casein and whey proteins, but also remarkably gentle on the digestive system, making it a superior choice for older individuals who may have developed sensitivities over the years. The tangible benefits of this creamy powerhouse are not just theoretical or based on nutritional tables alone. A landmark 2020 study published in the esteemed scientific journal Nutrients discovered something truly incredible and profoundly relevant for the aging population. Seniors who consistently consumed at least 20 grams of dairy-based protein each day, with Greek yogurt being a primary source, successfully preserved a staggering 25% more of their existing muscle mass over a 12-week period compared to a control group, especially when this dietary intervention was combined with something as simple and accessible as regular daily walking. This isn't just an abstract number, it represents real, measurable, and meaningful protection against the debilitating effects of age-related muscle loss or sarcopenia. What's more, Greek yogurt is incredibly easy and versatile to incorporate into your daily routine. Its naturally lower lactose content means that even individuals with mild lactose intolerance or digestive sensitivities can often enjoy it, without the discomfort associated with other dairy products. To ensure you are reaping the maximum benefits, it is crucial that you are selecting the plain, non-fat version, as many of the fruit on the bottom or flavored varieties are loaded with hidden sugary syrups and artificial additives that can negate the health benefits and contribute to inflammation. To elevate its power even further, try swirling in a spoonful of ground flax seeds for a boost of anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids and essential fiber, or top it with a handful of fresh, vibrant berries for a burst of protective antioxidants and natural sweetness. Cooked chickpeas, the humble giant. From the chilled environment of the dairy aisle, we now journey to the cool, dry shelves of the pantry, where another unassuming yet formidable hero awaits, likely sitting quietly and patiently in a can or a dried bag, overlooked by many in their quest for protein. Cooked chickpeas, also known colloquially as garbanzo beans, may not have the same trendy reputation as some other superfoods, but they deliver a solid and substantial 11.2 grams of high-quality plant-based protein per 100 grams, quietly but decisively outperforming eggs when it comes to fueling the very muscles we rely on to navigate our world as we age. But what makes these humble legumes truly invaluable? What elevates them from a simple protein source to a cornerstone of healthy aging is that they bring so much more than just protein to the table. They are densely packed with a nutrient that is critically important for overall health, yet is completely and utterly absent in eggs: dietary fiber. This fiber is a veritable triple threat against the multifaceted challenges of aging. Firstly, it keeps your entire digestive system functioning with smooth regularity, preventing constipation and promoting a healthy gut environment. Secondly, its soluble form helps to stabilize blood sugar levels after a meal, preventing the sharp spikes and crashes that can lead to energy slumps and long-term metabolic issues. Thirdly, and perhaps most importantly for muscle preservation, this fiber actively works to reduce the chronic, low-grade inflammation that silently circulates throughout the body, a pernicious condition that is now understood to be a primary contributor to the gradual breakdown and loss of muscle tissue over time. In fact, groundbreaking research published in the highly respected American Journal of Clinical Nutrition uncovered a remarkable finding. Older adults who began to conscientiously swap some of their dietary animal protein for plant-based sources like legumes, including chickpeas, experienced up to 26% less age-related muscle loss over the study period. The researchers behind this study pointed to two key synergistic reasons for this protective effect: the significant reduction in systemic bodily inflammation and the simultaneous promotion of healthier, more diverse gut bacteria, both of which are naturally supported and nurtured by a diet rich in legumes. But the impressive story of the chickpea doesn't even end there. These small beige beans are also a fantastic and often overlooked source of magnesium, a vital mineral that acts as the master regulator or manager of your muscles, ensuring their proper contraction and relaxation and facilitating faster, more efficient recovery after any form of exertion. Without a sufficient and steady supply of magnesium, our muscles are far more prone to weakening, cramping, and tiring far too easily, making everyday tasks feel like monumental efforts. To unlock their full nutritional potential, it is highly recommended to soak dried chickpeas overnight before cooking. This simple, preparatory step not only softens them for a better texture, but also helps to break down anti-nutrients, enhancing their digestibility and dramatically increasing the amount of protein, iron, and magnesium your body can actually absorb and utilize. Once cooked, their culinary versatility is practically boundless. You can blend them into a silky, creamy hummus with a drizzle of heart-healthy olive oil and tahini, roast them with spices until they become a crunchy, salty, and deeply satisfying snack, or stir them into hearty, warming stews, soups, and curries to add substance, protein, and a wealth of health benefits. Cooked quinoa, the complete plant protein. Next on our journey to rediscover true protein power, we encounter a food that is even smaller in physical size, yet surprisingly stronger and more sophisticated in its nutritional might. Let's take a closer look at cooked quinoa, the ancient, protein-packed pseudo-grain that most people still walk right past in the supermarket, often mistaking it for just another type of couscous or rice. Once it has been properly prepared, this remarkable food provides a very impressive 14 grams of complete protein per 100 grams. That single word, complete, is incredibly important and is what sets quinoa dramatically apart from the vast majority of its plant-based peers. Unlike most grains, beans, and nuts, quinoa naturally contains all 9 of the essential amino acids. These are the fundamental, indispensable building blocks of protein that your body cannot produce on its own and must obtain from your diet. This complete amino acid profile means that the protein you get from quinoa is fully usable by your body, a self-contained nutritional package that allows your muscles to efficiently and effectively rebuild, recover, and grow stronger without needing to be meticulously paired with other complementary protein-containing foods to fill in any amino acid gaps. This makes it an incredibly convenient and reliable source of high-quality fuel for the aging body. One of the key reasons that quinoa stands out so prominently, especially for the specific needs of older adults, is its exceptionally high content of an amino acid called lysine. This specific amino acid plays a pivotal and multifaceted role in the body's structural integrity. It is crucial for facilitating muscle repair after stress or exercise. It significantly enhances the body's uptake and utilization of calcium for maintaining strong and resilient bone health. And it is a critical component for the production of collagen, the protein that keeps our joints, cartilage, and skin supple, flexible, and healthy. The real-world, tangible impact of incorporating this powerful grain into one's diet is nothing short of stunning. A 2022 study published in the journal Nutrients revealed that a group of older adults who added a daily serving of quinoa to their meals experienced a remarkable 9% boost in their overall leg strength in just 8 short weeks, when compared directly to a control group who were eating an equivalent amount of plain white rice. To make this potent grain even more effective and to maximize its benefits, consider taking the simple extra step of soaking it overnight before cooking. This small but significant action helps to break down and wash away the natural soap-like compounds called saponins that coat the seeds, which can sometimes interfere with nutrient absorption and impart a slightly bitter taste. Rinsing thoroughly after soaking thereby boosts how much of the protein and minerals your body can actually utilize from each serving. When cooking, you can elevate it further by swapping plain water for a rich bone broth or a low-sodium vegetable stock to infuse it with extra minerals, collagen, and a deeper, more savory flavor. Quinoa serves as a beautiful and versatile base for warm grain bowls topped with roasted vegetables, can be made into savory breakfast porridges, or can be used as a hearty, nutrient-dense addition to vibrant vegetable stir-fries and salads. Pumpkin seeds, the mineral-rich morsel. Now we transition from grains and legumes to a protein source that has long been worshipped by elite athletes, bodybuilders, and fitness enthusiasts for its dense nutritional profile. Yet for some strange reason, it remains largely forgotten and underutilized by most seniors. Once you hear what these unassuming little green seeds can do for your strength and vitality, you may never look at a pumpkin or a bag of seeds the same way again. With a truly formidable 19 grams of high-quality protein packed into every 100-gram serving, pumpkin seeds, also known as pepitas, deliver nearly double the protein you would get from the same weight of boiled eggs. But this is where they truly begin to shine and pull away from the competition, because their incredible value extends far beyond the raw protein count. Pumpkin seeds arrive preloaded with a veritable treasure trove of magnesium, iron, and zinc, 3 absolutely critical minerals that many adults, especially those over the age of 60, tend to be chronically deficient in, often without even realizing it. Why are these specific minerals so absolutely vital for an aging body that is trying to hold onto its precious, muscle mass? Think of them as the essential behind-the-scenes support crew for your entire muscular system. Magnesium acts as the conductor of an orchestra, orchestrating proper muscle contractions and relaxations and helping to prevent the painful cramps and spasms that can plague older individuals. Iron is the indispensable delivery service, the vehicle that transports life-giving oxygen through your bloodstream to your muscle tissues, ensuring they have the fuel they need to function optimally and to repair themselves after any form of activity. Finally, zinc acts as the diligent construction foreman, playing a direct role in the synthesis of new proteins, helping to rebuild muscle tissue that has been stressed or damaged, and keeping your body's complex recovery and immune systems running at peak performance. Without adequate levels of these crucial mineral cofactors, even a diet that is technically high in protein can fall frustratingly short of its potential because your body simply cannot use that protein efficiently if the essential support crew is missing from the job site. A revealing and insightful study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that a consistent daily intake of pumpkin seeds helped to significantly reduce key markers of muscle inflammation by up to an astonishing 38% in a group of older adults over a period of just 12 weeks. That's not just passive maintenance. That represents an active reversal of the hidden chronic inflammation that steadily and silently breaks down healthy muscle tissue over the years. To derive the maximum benefit from these nutritional powerhouses, it is best to stick to the raw, unsalted variety to avoid the unnecessary sodium that can contribute to high blood pressure. Their versatility makes them incredibly easy to incorporate into your diet. Sprinkle them liberally over your morning bowl of Greek yogurt or oatmeal. Toss a generous spoonful into your daily smoothie for a creamy texture and protein boost, or even grind them in a food processor to create a creamy, delicious, and intensely protein-rich seed butter to spread on whole grain toast. Tempeh, the fermented powerhouse. In the next spot on our list, we have a food that is commonly seen on the menus of trendy gyms and inside the refrigerators of dedicated health food stores. But when it is understood and used correctly, it can be an absolute game changer for older adults who are determined to stay strong, active, and independent well into their later years. Tempeh, with its robust and satisfying texture and an impressive 20 grams of protein per 100 grams, goes well beyond what a simple egg can offer in terms of pure muscle-building fuel. But what truly sets this unique food apart from other plant-based proteins isn't just the impressive number on the nutrition label. It's the sophisticated and highly bioavailable way that its protein is delivered to your body. Unlike its more famous soy-based cousin, tofu, which is made from coagulated soy milk, tempeh is created from whole soybeans that have been cooked, slightly mashed, and then fermented with a specific type of beneficial mold, Rhizopus oligosporus. That single ancient process of fermentation changes everything about the food's nutritional profile and its impact on the human body. The fermentation not only makes the abundant protein in the tempeh incredibly easy for older adults to digest and absorb, breaking down complex compounds into simpler forms, but it also unlocks a whole host of extra nutrients and bioactive compounds that actively protect muscle tissue from age-related breakdown. As a complete protein source, tempeh naturally provides all 9 essential amino acids, meaning your body receives the full and complete toolkit it needs to efficiently rebuild and maintain its muscle mass. It's also naturally rich in leucine, the specific and most important amino acid that acts like a key in an ignition, directly signaling the body's pathways to kickstart the process of muscle protein synthesis. This becomes profoundly important for individuals over 60, as the body's natural anabolic response to protein intake often begins to decline, requiring a stronger signal to get the job done. But there's another incredible benefit that most people completely overlook: gut health. Thanks to its fermentation process, tempeh is a natural and potent source of prebiotics and probiotics. These beneficial bacteria do far more than just aid digestion. They directly influence how well your body absorbs and utilizes the very protein and other nutrients you eat. A major study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that senior citizens who possessed a healthier, more diverse gut microbiome managed to hold on to a remarkable 18% more lean muscle mass over a 1-year period compared to those with poor gut health, even when their overall diets were otherwise very similar. Tempeh doesn't just feed your muscles, it actively nourishes the complex gut ecosystem that is responsible for unlocking that fuel. To prepare it, slice it thin and pan-sear it with a splash of tamari, soy sauce, or apple cider vinegar to bring out its rich, savory, and distinctly nutty flavor, which makes it a fantastic and texturally satisfying substitute for meat in almost any dish, from stir-fries and sandwiches to crumbles for pasta. Sauce. Spirulina, the microscopic muscle builder. Prepare to be amazed, because we are now moving into a whole new and unexpected category of protein. A microscopic aquatic powerhouse that is quietly becoming a significant game changer for people over 60 who are serious about their health and longevity. Spirulina is a type of blue-green algae, a simple single-celled organism that has been harvested for centuries for its incredible nutritional density, and for every 100 grams of its dried powder form, it delivers a jaw-dropping, almost unbelievable 29 grams of complete protein, which is nearly triple the amount you would get from the same weight of eggs. But the story of spirulina's superiority is not just about raw quantity. Rigorous scientific studies have demonstrated that up to 85% of the protein contained within spirulina is highly bioavailable, a technical term that means your muscles can absorb it, process it, and convert it into new tissue and strength far more easily and efficiently than many animal-based proteins, which often require more complex digestive processes. And because spirulina, like quinoa and tempeh, provides all 9 of the essential amino acids, including a particularly generous dose of the critical muscle-triggering amino acid leucine, It sends a clear, loud, and powerful message to your aging muscles. It is time to stop breaking down and start to rebuild. However, spirulina's profound benefits for the aging body do not stop at its protein content. It also directly combats one of the most silent, pervasive, and destructive enemies of muscle health in seniors: chronic inflammation. This persistent, low-grade inflammatory state can severely slow down the body's natural muscle repair processes and significantly accelerate muscle loss, sarcopenia, over time. Fortunately, spirulina contains a unique and incredibly potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compound called phycocyanin, which is also the pigment responsible for its deep blue-green color. A 2022 study published in Nutrients showed that this specific compound was able to lower C-reactive protein, a key marker for systemic inflammation in the blood, by an incredible 32% in study participants. At the same time, this remarkable compound helps to boost the body's natural production of nitric oxide, a molecule that helps to relax and widen blood vessels, which in turn improves overall blood flow and circulation, allowing healing nutrients and oxygen to reach your muscle fibers faster and more efficiently after any kind of physical stress. You do not need to choke down heaping spoonfuls of green powder to reap these substantial rewards. The easiest and most palatable way to use spirulina is to add a single small teaspoon to your morning smoothie alongside complementary flavors like a banana, a handful of spinach, and some walnuts, or to gently stir it into a bowl of warm oatmeal right after cooking, where its flavor is easily masked. A small amount used with consistency can lead to very noticeable improvements in muscle strength, daily energy levels, and post-activity recovery time in just a matter of a few weeks. Hemp seeds, the perfect amino acid profile. Next up on our list is a tiny, unassuming seed that packs an unbelievably powerful nutritional punch, offering a unique combination of benefits that make it almost perfectly suited for the aging body. With an astonishing 35 grams of highly digestible protein per 100 grams, shelled hemp seeds, which are often sold under the more approachable name hemp hearts, are a true nutritional titan in the plant kingdom. But what makes them truly exceptional and places them so high on this list isn't just the sheer volume of their protein content, it's the impeccable quality and composition of that protein. Unlike many other plant-based sources, hemp delivers all 9 of the essential amino acids in ratios and proportions that are almost perfectly suited for the human body's complex needs to build, repair, and maintain muscle tissue. This is an incredibly rare and valuable trait in the plant kingdom. Even quinoa, which is often and rightly praised for being a complete protein, doesn't quite match hemp's precise and wonderfully balanced amino acid profile, which more closely mirrors that of high-quality animal proteins like eggs or meat. Why does this specific detail matter so much, especially for individuals after the age of 60? As we get older, our bodies can become progressively more resistant to the anabolic or muscle-building signals from the protein we consume, a challenging physiological phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. A comprehensive 2021 review published in the journal Frontiers in Nutrition found that seniors who regularly and intentionally included complete, highly bioavailable plant proteins like hemp in their daily meals showed significantly better muscle mass retention, experienced faster and more complete recovery after physical activity, and reported less overall fatigue and weakness than those who relied more heavily on incomplete protein sources. Furthermore, hemp seeds are an incredibly rich source of healthy polyunsaturated fats, including an ideal ratio of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, and a unique and powerful anti-inflammatory fatty acid called gamma-linolenic acid, GLA. GLA has been scientifically shown to support joint health by reducing arthritic pain, quell systemic inflammation throughout the body, and even offer significant heart protective benefits by improving cholesterol profiles, all of which are absolutely critical factors for maintaining a vibrant, active, and healthy lifestyle as we age. The best and easiest way to use them is raw, as cooking can damage their delicate fats. A spoonful or two stirred into a meal goes a very long way. You can sprinkle them generously over roasted vegetables for a nutty crunch, stir them into your morning oatmeal or Greek yogurt, or blend them into smoothies to add a creamy texture and a massive protein boost. Their soft texture and mild, pleasant, nutty flavor make them a seamless and effortless addition to almost any meal you can imagine. Seitan, the plant-based meat challenger. Hold on tight, because our next food is a culinary powerhouse that doesn't just support muscle recovery, but may actively help to rebuild strength at the cellular level. And yet it remains a food that almost no one over the age of 60 is eating or has even heard of. Seitan, which is sometimes marketed under the more descriptive name wheat meat, is a dense, savory, and incredibly versatile food made from vital wheat gluten, the primary protein found in wheat. It delivers a stunning and almost unbelievable 39 grams of pure protein per 100 grams. This staggering concentration of protein puts it neck and neck with some of the highest protein cuts of lean meat and poultry. But it achieves this without any of the associated saturated fat, cholesterol, digestive heaviness, or pro-inflammatory compounds that can often accompany a diet heavy in animal products. Here's what makes seitan such a uniquely standout choice for people over the age of 60 who are looking for an effective protein source. It is incredibly easy for the body to break down, digest, and absorb. During its unique preparation process, which involves washing wheat flour dough with water, most of the starch and fiber from the wheat are rinsed away, leaving behind a highly concentrated, nearly pure form of protein. This is fantastic news for aging digestive systems, which can often struggle to efficiently extract all the available nutrients from heavier or more complex whole foods. In fact, compelling research published in the journal Clinical Nutrition ESPEN in 2022 showed that a group of seniors who incorporated highly concentrated plant-based protein isolates like seitan into their regular diet successfully retained a remarkable 21% more of their lean muscle mass over the study period than those who followed a more traditional mixed diet with the same overall calorie count. Seitan is also naturally very low in both fat and carbohydrates, making it an excellent dietary option for anyone who is actively managing their blood sugar levels, trying to lower their cholesterol, or looking to maintain a healthy weight. Its most celebrated characteristic, however, is its texture. Its dense, chewy, and deeply satisfying mouthfeel makes it feel remarkably like actual meat, much more so than tofu or even tempeh ever could, satisfying cravings for substance and savory flavor. This makes it a very easy swap in traditional recipes. You can slice it thin for vibrant stir-fries, pan-sear it with garlic, herbs, and a splash of soy sauce, or cube it and roast it with your favorite marinade for a hearty, protein-packed plant-based meal that is full of flavor, substance, and muscle-building power. Parmesan cheese, the aged protein powerhouse. This next food on our list might genuinely surprise you, as it is something often relegated to the role of a simple garnish, a final flourish sprinkled sparingly over a finished dish. However, when you make the conscious choice to seek out the authentic, traditionally aged version, it transforms from a mere condiment into one of the most concentrated, delicious, and highly bioavailable sources of protein on the entire planet. We are talking about real, authentic Parmesan cheese, specifically the legally protected variety known as Parmigiano Reggiano, which can only be produced in a specific region of Italy according to strict, centuries-old methods. This incredible culinary treasure delivers an almost unbelievable 42 grams of complete, high-quality protein per 100 grams. To put that staggering number into proper perspective, it handily beats the protein content of eggs. It surpasses that of most cuts of beef, and it contains more than double the protein of other popular dairy sources like milk or cottage cheese. But the real, and for our purposes, the most important magic of authentic Parmesan cheese isn't just about how much protein it contains, but rather how effortlessly and efficiently your body can put that protein to use. Because authentic Parmigiano Reggiano is required by law to be aged for a minimum of 12 months and is often aged for much longer, sometimes up to 36 months. The long, complex protein chains, casein, inside the cheese are naturally and slowly broken down by enzymes into shorter peptides and readily available free-form amino acids. This extensive aging process is essentially a form of pre-digestion, which makes it incredibly easy for your body to absorb and utilize these muscle-building nutrients, a critical benefit as we age and our own natural enzyme production begins to slow down, making